Capitol Police are in talks with multiple agencies to beef up security around the state capitol. I was also told their members will be stationed all around the building and that they are confident they're prepared should anything happen. Additional barriers and manpower are the plans for what may happen this weekend and next week. Officer First Class Scott Driscoll with Capitol Police says they are not taking any chances, reassuring lawmakers and the public preparedness is their priority.
We're increasing our patrols with our canine officer, who is a bomb detecting dog. We're checking those areas. And we're also working very close with a lot of other agencies, Hartford Police, State Police, FBI, for additional possible manpower.
Driscoll added his department has increased intelligence monitoring, and bike officers will also show a noticeable presence. He says there has been a total of 90 protests outside of the state capitol in past years. All of them so far have been peaceful, with hopes that trend will continue.
One of the things that we take a lot of pride in is we are able to listen to people and de-escalate as much as possible. So we're hoping anyone who shows up listens to each other, we're respectful to each other, and it's peaceful.
Governor Lamont acknowledging safety and security in a news conference.
We're working with our national partners on a daily, hourly basis, tracking the social media, seeing where there could be some potential for conflict.
And it is social media that should be kept an eye on for the next few days, according to Kenneth Gray, a retired FBI special agent who says the internet can give clues as to what may happen.
If you see something, say something. And so I would say that would be the guidance here for this, is that if people see something or know something about a potential threat, they should say something to law enforcement.
Governor Lamont's chief of staff, Paul Mound, says the Connecticut National Guard is on standby if they are called. And the Speaker of the House, Matt Ritter, told me there will be a briefing to the caucus to talk more about this on Thursday. At the state capitol, Carmen Chow, Fox 61 News.